Well, hello and welcome to all of our Gold Learning family listeners. It's great to have you back with us once again here at Gold Learning. And today I have the pleasure of sitting down and chatting with Nell Tharpe, who is not new to the Gold family, but brings so many skills that we're excited to have her back again. I would say back by demand, Nell. Here you are talking about one of the subjects that you are very fond of, suturing skills for midwifery practice. Welcome back, Nell Tharpe.
Thank you so much, Fiona. I am delighted to be here and excited to share this information with the audience.
Well, we too are excited to have you. And of course, we'll talk about the conference that's coming up that you're going to be speaking at in just a moment here. But I thought it would be fun today if we would talk a little bit and learn a little bit more about Nell. If you're not familiar with Nell and her experience, well, her bio is online. And I'm hoping that, Nell, you'll share a little bit about how your journey began because you had mentioned that you had started attending births as a nurse. And this was after the first birth of your child. But I mean, how did that all happen? Because that's not what everybody does in practice. So how did you get there?
That's a great observation, and as you make me think about it, I can chuckle because I say the same things over and over. I could do something better than that. And so when I had my first baby, I was quite young. I was very happy to be having a baby. I was quite appalled at the care that I was provided. I knew nothing about midwives at that point and went to my local hospital, where they really did not listen very well. And so when I had the baby, and I loved having babies, I will say that, I moved very shortly after that to a town with a nursing program. And so I said I could do better than what they did there, and I'm going to go make that happen.
Wow.
So, yeah. I went to a fabulous nursing program. It was a 2-year associate degree program.
Mhm.
And I started 3 weeks after my second child was born.
Oh my
And I
goodness.
will I will tell you the first words out of my mouth when that baby were born were, "Oh my God, I would do that every day if I could."
Oh my goodness, you are one of those women who just loves
Yes.
to birth. But clearly there was a time where, there was that moment in time where you said, no, 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 this can be done better. No one's listening to me or whatever it was that you felt at that time, which is common, for
Yes.
women in birth today. And it led you to this path of knowing that you could just do a better job. So through this journey, so here we are now, you've made the commitment, you want to make a difference. Who keeps you going now? Because, I mean, midwifery, I'll tell you, it's people think, oh, it's nice and it's birth and it's pretty. Oh no, it is
Oh yeah.
hard, hard work. And there are many things that you're working with, not only families, but you're working within a system that doesn't always respect the care, doesn't know about the care. So who have been those people that have kept you going?
Well, the first person that has kept me going when I was in practice, the first people were my children,
Mhm.
because every single day when I would come home after a birth, they would say, "How'd it go? Was it a girl or a boy? Was everything
Oh,
okay?" They
oh,
never said, "Where were you? How come you weren't here when I needed you?" They were
right.
always enthusiastic supporters and valued the work that I have done. And that was really a tremendous um, I can't think of the word I want to say, support. Um, and through the years, there have been other practitioners that have been helpful, who provide guidance or support, or the opposite. So people say there's no way you can do that. That's too ambitious. Well, that's a sure way to get me to do something. I recognize that about myself. When somebody says no, you can't do that, I say watch. And,
Oh
I,
my
and that's the
goodness.
attitude I think midwives need to have. And then when I was about ready to retire from midwifery, my daughter had her first baby,
Oh,
who's about to turn, well, she's turned 11 recently,
oh wow.
and I was at her birth, attended her birth. The baby came into my hands, my darling granddaughter Charlie Kathleen, and and I left that birth going, I can't leave midwifery. Who's going to make sure that that Charlie has choice.
Right.
And that has kept me going. I now have three granddaughters. Well, three, four. I have a blended family, so
Right. Yeah.
yeah, four granddaughters, and choice is so incredibly important. Compassionate care is important, and I believe that we can teach compassionate care in clinical practice. So
Right.
I know whether it's in medicine or whether it's in midwifery or whether it's in nursing, these are skills that can be learned, and someone has to be a role model for them. And my goal is to have every midwife be that role model in every practice setting.
Hmm. That just so beautiful. I think some of the things that you were talking about there, I mean, they make me swoon again. They make me think about, how much I love midwifery practice and why it's so important because you attending your granddaughter's birth, and I have no idea where you did that or how you did that, but that impacts me. That makes me feel good. And I know it's the right place and I know it's the right time. And choice, when you said the word choice, that's all I want. That's all I want for our families, Nell. I just want them to know that they have a choice, and what's available to them, and so that they're making that informed decision. And but it's a struggle, right? We're still working hard in all of our communities around the world, in order to bring that to the forefront so that families know that they can make that informed decision. So we've got a little ways to go yet. We're going to keep working at it.
And I think it will be something that will have to be a continual process. I cared for a woman who was having her first baby at 40, and her mother, this was her mother's 13th child.
Right.
So her mother was quite a bit older since the
Right.
mom to be was 40. And
Yep.
she was there in labor and she left crying. And the woman's friend went and said, "What's wrong?" And she said, "I had 13 babies and I never knew that people could be kind to you when you were having them."
Oh my goodness.
And
Wow.
that's what we're trying to change. It is not
Definitely.
simply about getting a baby from point A to point B.
Oh
Um,
gosh, no.
it's about birth being a transformational event in every single family, and having
That's
the opportunity within the family to build that family and strengthen that family through the process of a supported birth, where the woman
absolutely.
gives birth, the baby is not delivered.
Yes, exactly. Yes, where the woman gives birth, a change in language that we continue to work with. Wow, well, that's just beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing your story, part of your story. I know there's probably lots more to it, but we're going to get moving on here and talk a little bit about what is required when you are a midwife as well. And some of those are very important skills. And this is something that you then moved into, and that was working as a surgical first assistant. Wow, because that's fairly, I mean, I look at the parallels for your life and holistic, home birthing, midwife, and then you've got suturing skills, as well. So this is very interesting too. That was that because you went into a facility? How did that come about now?
So after I became a nurse midwife, I opened a practice in tiny community hospitals where there was a great deal of need. So I attended the births in hospitals using a home birth model, which was really very lovely, and happened to have a lot of control over that. Um, and was asked if I would help in the operating room simply because there was a need. And so I expanded my practice, and for quite a few years I did a dual practice of surgical first assisting and full scope midwifery, and worked in general surgery, OBGYN surgery, and orthopedic surgery. So if I got called in the middle of the night, I never knew if it was for a birth or for a surgery.
Oh,
Um,
right.
and it gave me a wonderful opportunity to learn more about medicine, just general health, wellness, illness, pathology, which was very useful, and also to hone my suturing skills. And that's why I bring this forward, because I feel like there are so few opportunities for midwives to really become excellent in these skills without significant mentoring.
Right, right. Well, and that's part of the reason why you're with us here at our Gold Midwifery Online Conference 2019. Back by popular demand, as I mentioned before, but really there is really a high need for this. There are many of you who may be listening in today who are isolated and don't have people around you who are able to mentor you or need to learn better practice. So here we are. Nell has put together this amazing presentation. So I've had the opportunity to have a sneak peek already. And for those of you who have already signed up for the conference, do sign up for the add-on package too. This is going to be fantastic for you. And I know that you're going to be able to learn lots from Nell and her counterparts in the add-on package that we have as well. Now, just lastly, before I let you go here, would you just tell us what are you really most excited about sharing in respect to this presentation with everyone listening in?
Well, so last time we spoke about it, we focused primarily on the actual clinical skills. And this time I expanded it slightly to really talk more about repair of tears, because there was a lot of interest, and it's a two-piece skill. You have to know how to do it, you have to know when to do it,
Right.
and you want to have the skills so that you're thinking about the woman in front of you and how to do the repair, not to hold the instrument or load the suture or tie the knot. And so really the ability to give people the tools to develop their skills on their own in simulation. You can suture a piece of fabric, you can suture a piece of meat, you can suture a banana skin. There's so many opportunities to practice this skill so that when you do care for women, you feel much more confident about how to handle the instruments, and you can focus exclusively on how to do the repair.
Perfect. Well, that sounds great, and I know that many of our listeners will just gravitate towards this very quickly because I know that they're hungry to learn more in this area for sure. Thank you so much, Nell, for sitting down with me here today and just chatting a little bit about yourself and talking about what's coming up here at Gold Midwifery. Let me just share once again that our Gold Midwifery Online Conference 2019 is just about upon us. Do not worry, plenty of time to sign up and register for the conference. All you need to do is go to goldmidwifery.com and you will find everything that you need there and the ability to sign up also for our free keynotes as well, so you can join us there for them. Well, thank you again to Nell Tharpe for sitting down with us here today. And of course, to all of you listening in, thank you again, and we'll look forward to chatting some more with you. Bye-bye for now, everyone.